Hi DIYers, this is Frank at Alarm Grid. Today we're back in the Alarm Grid lab. We have the Honeywell L5210 Lynx Touch Alarm System that we're working on today. And we'll actually be discussing Z-Wave technology. So you'll see that we have a few other videos regarding the inclusion and exclusion of Z-Wave devices, such as lights, locks, or thermostats. Today we'll be discussing rules and scenes, okay? And we'll get into scheduling a little bit later. Scenes and rules on when it comes to automation, it's fairly straightforward. The first thing is a scene, okay? So a scene is basically you selecting a device, a Z-Wave device, or a collection of devices, and putting it to a certain state. So for example, you have a Z-Wave light. We're going to set that light to off. Let's say you have 5 Z-Wave lights. We'll set all those lights to off. So that scene that we create, we would select those Z-Wave devices, choose the state that you want them to be in, and then name that scene. So for example, that would be lights off. We set all the Z-Wave lights that you've already included into your panel to the off setting in that scene, and then name that scene light off, and we can then execute that scene manually on the panel, or you can create a rule. Now a rule basically can take a scene and trigger that scene based on other actions. So in the rule breakdown, which we'll show you in a moment on the system, you can trigger it through system operations such as arming, disarming, end of entry exit delay. You could even do specific zones being faulted. So let's say you have a motion detector in your garage and you'd like to have your garage lights turn on. You can set a scene for the garage lights to turn on and name that scene garage lights on, and then go to a rule and choose that zone based on a fault of that zone being the trigger point for that scene. So basically a scene is telling the system what to do with the Z-Wave devices. A rule is basically creating trigger manual or really creating automated trigger points. And that usually is revolving around system operations or zone faults, zone troubles, even things like alarms. Specific. You could use even a keypad or a key fob as a trigger point as well. So I'll walk you through all that in the rule. For now, we're going to start with a scene. Okay. So the first thing we'll do is we'll go into the automation section on the L5210. And this is pretty much the same thing with the L5200 and the L7000 as well. Today we happen to be working on the L5210. We have the L7000 up here. The L5210 just took over the L5200, just a little bit smaller screen. Honeywell just tried to kind of consolidate the panel a little bit. Has a little bit nicer of front panel here to match the L7000 as well. All right, so in order to set up a scene, what we're going to do is enter the automation menu. So we'll hit the home key, followed by automation. We'll go right down with the down key into scenes, add new scene. Okay, we'll clear this out. We can name it whatever you want, depending on what you're going to do. Today, since I just have a dimmer here, I'm just going to say lights off, done, add new device. Okay, here's where you choose which device you'd like to put into your scene. Now you can put as many Z-Wave devices as you have into a scene. So what we'll do is we'll go to switches. You'll see that the only thing that I have enrolled here is switch 001. I'll select that, and here's where you set what you would like that Z-Wave device to do. So I'm going to actually turn it off. Okay, you'll see it says switch 01 off, and it'll show 0%. And I'll go ahead and hit save. And now I have the name of my scene as lights off, and the device selected here, and the current function that I want it to do. Okay. So that's pretty much all you need to do to set up a scene. Now you can create more advanced scenes with, several lights, or maybe a Z-Wave relay for your garage door to open based on a disarm or something like that. But for today's purposes, I just want to show you how to set up a simple scene. So that's how you set up a scene. Okay, we're going to get into rules now in just a moment. But if you do have any further questions on setting up a scene on the Lynx L5210 panel, please give us a call or email us at support@alarmgrid.com. And also don't forget to subscribe to our channel.